Good evening. I am Dr. Saravanan, Principal of KPR Institute of Engineering and Technology. Recently, we entered into an agreement with the Senior Expert Services of Government of Germany. It's a Government of Germany sponsored program wherein they identify some senior experts who in turn will help the developing countries in building their manpower in the fields of science, technology and engineering. KPR Institute of Engineering and Technology, we have a strong focus in engineering and technology, and we have signed MOU with 25 plus international universities, and currently we have close to 180 students from different countries, 13 different countries. And in order to get into this internationalization in a big way, we got into SES, and till 2020-25, we are likely to get 4 to 5 senior experts from Government of Germany. This is the first time we are getting professor from Germany who was here and who will be here for a period of 4 weeks, and he will mentor the students and guide the faculty in the field of mechanical engineering. To be precise, he is an expert in turbo machinery, and for people, turbo machinery, it's a machine used to convert the fluid power into physical power. And Professor Carolus is an expert in turbo machinery. He has a plan to visit the schools, industries and associations like Codicia, SEMA and other associations, understand the problems faced by the industries of Coimbatore. And once he goes back to Germany, he will continue to interact with him and provide solution to the problems faced by the industries in this part. And that way, students are expected to get hands-on experience in solving or providing solutions to the problems of the industry. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Thomas Carolus, this is my name. I'm a retired professor for mechanical engineering at University Siegen, and I have been there for 40 years teaching. Now I'm retired and I travel around the world and frequently as a visiting professor in some places. Okay, fluid mechanics is traditionally a very essential part in mechanical engineering programs curriculum. So fluid mechanics is theory-based, experimentally based, it uses computers and it can solve a lot of problems. Actually, when you look at power generation in a country, it is relying mainly on what we call a turbo machine, a turbine. We have hydro turbines, we have steam turbines. So fluid mechanics is addressing that issue. But there are many more applications for fluid mechanics. Like in medicine, you have to study a blood circuit. This has fluid mechanic phenomena involved. Chemical engineering, you have so many flows of different liquids, gases. You have to process them. So you will not see that in a daily way. Always look at the water piping in your home. It is wonderful how we are able now to have water in every home. We have the wastewater treatment, we have the channels, the duct system. It's a very complex system. We have river control, we have dams. All this is linked to fluid mechanics. So I think it's, from my perspective, it's a wonderful subject to study. Okay, as I said, turbo machinery, this is a wide range of machine. They are based, of course, on a flow in a machine. Steam turbines, the big wind turbines, pumps, fans, ventilation systems, all those are turbo machines because they work according to the same principle. Advances, what the major advances made in the past were to increase efficiency. That means decrease the losses in the machine to make better use of the energy put in. A pump which uses less energy, less electricity for a given task is much better than another older pump. Or look at the wind turbine technology, which hopefully is part of the change from thermal power plants to more renewable energy. There had been many advances due to new materials, new simulation technologies, better knowledge about the fluid mechanics around the machine, etc., etc. So there are many progresses have been made. A jet engine for an airplane, if you see these very complex machines, they use up much less fuel than in older times. They are less noisy, etc. And this is another point of advances. And in an urban environment, we know we have a lot of noise sources, like the whole traffic. The traffic is a huge noise source. We have engineering in buildings, we have rooms which are not affected by noise sources, are damped against the outside, etc. So acousticians contribute a lot to low noise ambient conditions, and I think this is a very important task because, as we all know, noise is not only annoying. Depending on the level and the doses you get, it can harm your circular blood, your heart, and eventually, if it's a very loud noise in a workplace, in a company, it will damage your ear and you will have a long-lasting or forever a hearing loss. So acousticians are very much responsible for a nice environment. Okay, biogas plants are one way of using kind of renewable energy. I attended just an institute in Coimbatore. They are dealing with biogas plants for rural areas, micro biogas plants. People then can use the waste, different type of waste, biodegradable waste, convert it into gas, and the gas can be used either for cooking, generating small-scale electricity. This is a great thing. So these are the advances, and I think the small scale has its beauty because it is affordable, it is a micro-grid, it has not been linked to big grids. But on the other hand, big devices, they can use up all the waste you produce, and you don't have to just burn it or just put it somewhere in the environment. Okay, if I understand it correctly, boat flow is when you are in a foundry, you have a big form, and we have here in Coimbatore foundries. Obviously, I visited one. Big forms which has to be filled with more than 1,000 degrees hot liquid steel or material like that. When you fill this form, you may end up in a piece of which has some flaws, some deficits, and if you study before you start the process, on a computer with a simulation software, the flow in this mold, then you can optimize the form. So then at the very end, you get a nice piece of metal shaped for whatever purpose. It has no flaws. It can be used, and it is a marvelous piece. I just want to mention that coming here to this place, this first time in my life to India, I experienced such a hospitality I never thought about. So friendly people. We had so many good talks, and they showed me the country. They love their country, and I got acquainted with this Indian culture more than I ever thought. So a big thank you to these people at KPR. They really became good friends during my 4 weeks here.